I know from studying my analytics that most of my audience are men between the ages of 18 and 34. I've been creating content for 15 years, and it's always been that way whether we're talking about this channel, the Black Hokage, or the Gaming Illuminati. Since 97% of my audience is male, I think it's fair to kick off this video by asking this question. Hey King, you okay? Have you and your lady been fighting more this past week?
How? How did he know that?
I knew because TDE SZA just dropped her brand new album S.O.S, which is the reason why so many young men have been crying out for help. I also knew she dropped this album because I'm in the trenches with you boys. This is a true story. If I'm lying, may bears strike me in my place. Last week, I got a text from Shotty that said, "Hey babe, I just wanted you to know that SZA's new album drops this Friday, and I might start a fight that day so I can really feel the album." Oh Lord, now I'm pacing back and forth at the crib confused like, I know I hadn't done anything wrong, but eventually I had to come to terms with the concept that Shotty might act like I did, so she had an excuse to throw more dirt on my face than the time Frieza slumped Vegeta on Namek. So you're probably wondering what happened after the album dropped because you're nosy and you've never touched a woman before. The answer would be nothing. She was just running her mouth how like most people do. So now let's talk about S.O.S. S.O.S is the second studio album from TDE's First Lady, and I'm happy to report that it doesn't suffer from the sophomore slump. This is a solid project and, dare I say, the new soundtrack for women who love to only date Giga Chads and complain about how they're constantly getting played only to eventually run back into the Giga Chad's arms because he's got a big Oscar Mayer and an I don't care attitude. What I'm trying to say is if you love toxic content, then pop a triple dose of Pepto-Bismol because it's a lot to digest here. This album is dangerous. I'm genuinely curious to know how many people turn their brain off and just enjoyed the vocals and melodies on this album. I mean, I don't blame them, they're fire, but you need to be conscious to grasp the full scope of this project. It starts with track 1 titled S.O.S. SZA goes on to say, "Give me a second, give me a minute, not a little bit, can't let you finish. Yeah, that's right, I need commissions on mine. All that sauce you got from me, all that ish I gave for free, I want it back, I want it back. This ain't no warning shot, cause all you hoes forgot. Know you been more than lost without me. I'm so coming back, I'm so greasy, ex-ninja, he's so needy." Now why does this matter? The bars themselves are not that crazy, but it's the intent behind the bars. Now I could be digging too deep here, but hear me out. I know I can't be the only one who had this thought. 21 Savage dropped a song featuring Drake a couple years back called Mr. Right Now. And on that record, Drake says,
"Yeah, said she wanna fuck till some SZA wait, cause I used to date SZA back in 08.
Now why does that matter? Those aggressive bars SZA was spitting on S.O.S uses the same sample Drake used on his song Champagne Poetry from his album Certified Lover Boy. I heard that beat and I instantly recognized it. The gears in my brain started turning because both songs sample a 70s song called Until I Found the Lord by the Gabriel Hartman delegation. And get this, Champagne Poetry is also track 1 on Drake's album, so they're both track 1, they're both using the same beat, and now SZA's talking greasy after Drake was being a chatty patty. I'm not saying the entire song was about Drake, but some of that has to be a response to Drake kissing and telling. She's not dropping names, it's very subtle, so you might miss the reference, and I just gotta say, I love this toxic stuff. My favorite track is track 3 called Seek and Destroy. And on this record, SZA repeats, "Do it to you, I had to do it to you." And this song definitely put a spell on me because the entire time I was listening to it, I started to slowly take off my training gi, and I was just wondering, yo, what is she trying to do to me? And then I remembered I was at a red light and I needed to chill because all eyes were on me instead of the road.
You little nasty.
I love albums that sound like they were designed with cohesion in mind. That is something that I can attribute to S.O.S. You could tell SZA cares about her artistry, seeing as she put together something that sounds like it was something she wanted to make. The album is a solid experience that I was able to enjoy from front to back, and this is due to the production. It's a solid mix of the softer traditional R&B sounds with the more modern 808 take on R&B. There's even guest appearances from people like Don Toliver and Travis Scott for those of you who think you're too tough for R&B. Because of that, the album passes the aux cord test. This is the perfect project to play during them late night drives when you want to clear your head. Another highlight for me includes track 8, which is called Snooze, and it's a vibe. On it, SZA says, "I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze and miss the moment? You just too important, and nobody do my body like you do." Even though it's always brief, I love when SZA quits acting tough and she opens up. It makes her much more relatable. Not necessarily to me, but to my boo thing. I know she be thinking about me when this song plays, and she gonna get mad when she hear me say this in the video, but you're still gonna bring that ass over here when I say so. Hell, I even know what you're gonna text me after you see this video.
You're done. You're done.
Track 11 is titled Smoking on My X-Pac, and the beat is fire. Hell, the delivery is fire. But I'm only singling out this song because I want men to be aware that Smoking on My X-Pac will be every bitter basic chick's Instagram caption for at least the next year. But the wildest track on the album is track 13. Here we get to witness SZA experiment a little. Surprisingly, this is a punk rock song that reminded me a little bit of Lil Wayne's Prom Queen era. This song's catchy nature attempts to mask the crazy lyrics such as, I get a rise out of watching you fall. I get a kick out of missing your call. Hate me enough for the two of us. I hate that I can't let go of you enough. That's why I F him, cause I miss you. I F him cause I really miss you. I F him cause I miss you. While certain sectors of women are shouting, oh my God, girl, that's so real, I can relate. I know it's also certain sectors of men who PTSD is flaring up from being reminded that they was just a rebound. You're just a placeholder, dude. She craves that Giga Chad jumbo size Oscar Mayer.
You're so immature.
Seriously. This album is a nutshell of what's wrong with dating today. But hey, at least it sounds good. Don't take this as me complaining. Matter of fact, allow me to put you on to some songs if you're limited on time. In my opinion, the best tracks to start with are Seek and Destroy, Used, Snooze, Notice Me, Smoking on My X-Pac, Far, Shirt, I Hate You, and Good Days. My only complaint about this album is that it's too long. It's 23 tracks, and it felt like she was chasing stream numbers. There weren't any bad songs on the album, but there were definitely some that could have been left off and released at a later date for a deluxe version if she really wanted to get her stream numbers up. I think S.O.S would have been better if it was 15 tracks long. I really don't have much else to say. Certain songs on the album I didn't enjoy as much as others, and honestly, I believe it's because I'm not the target demographic, and that's okay. I'm not gonna dock points because of that. This album is definitely for the ladies. I will say that there are some scary resemblances between SZA and Darth Vader. Vader was from a dusty city on Tatooine. SZA's from a dusty city in the US called St. Louis. Vader's voice was damaged. SZA's voice was damaged, and both Vader and SZA sought out revenge after their love was betrayed by someone. Granted, one massacred half the galaxy with a giant laser that looked like a scrotum sack, and the other just released a toxic album, but I'd imagine if you're one of the exes she's talking about on this album, it still burns like a laser. Close enough, right? I'm just saying. Yo, what the hell are you still doing here, man? You didn't see the screen fade to black. The video's over. I hope you hit the like button while you're sitting here just watching. All right, since you're still here, let me tell you something, man. Drake said that he used to date SZA back in 08, right? That's cool, right? You want to know what I was doing back in 08? I was getting my education. That was the year that I graduated high school. Look at me and my big head and my little peach fuzz. Aren't I handsome? My T levels, though, they weren't even high enough to reach Super Saiyan yet. And look at me now, all of these years later, running a moderately successful YouTube channel where I beg people to hit the like button on the regular. Living the dream, baby.